Right, hello and welcome to part 9, take 3. The first one just wasn't going well. I started over. The second one was going better, but I had to go to the bathroom and it was starting to I'm a big boy, I can hold it, but I was like, oh, I gotta get there. I just, you know what? I just made the call. Coding wasn't going so well after a while, and I think that was why, because I just didn't have my mind in the game. And take 3. So where are we? Okay, I'm going to refresh this. Remember, there's a code we have to solve. These letters, we have given them numeric values. So my guess is 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's going to show us this in a second because I think I have that over here. I did all these changes that I tried to undo. Yeah, it's going to show the guess I just made, which is in an array. So this whole thing is a two-dimensional array pretty much, or there is another structure. And when I entered in these, I assign values to those things in the array. And then we're going to see what the actual answer is. So what do I hit? Submit. All right, so the top one's the answer, then that's my guess. So here's the answer, here's my guess. Now how would we grade this? Well, this 0 is my guess, and there's no zeros in here. The 0 gets no grade. The 1 gets no grade. The 2, it does not have there is no black for it, so we look for a white for it. And there is what a black is if it has the same index as that array, or it's in the same place as that array and the same value. If it doesn't have that, then we can give that one a white. So we say, okay, a 2 is in there, but it's not in that place. So there's a white peg, and that's it. So the grade with this would be a white peg. If I had a 4 sitting here, it would say, hey, look, there's a 4 here. That's a white peg, but it gets a black peg for this 4. It gets the black peg, not the black peg and the white peg. If there was a 4 here, and this one's a white peg, and this one's a white peg, it would just get 1 white peg. So if you have if your grade is if you have 2 pegs, 2 whites, 2 blacks, a black and a white, that means 2 of those pegs are correct. The other 2 aren't, but you don't know which one. Because in the end, we're just going to shove everything over to the left, and you're not going to know what corresponds to what. We'll probably put the ones before the blacks before the whites every time. So there's just no way of telling what goes to what, because that's how the pros do it. So where were we? We got to make that happen. Okay, so we have this answer array and we have this guess array. We're going to make let's do get guess. Get guess. No, not get guess. Get the grade. And we're going to put it into a variable. So this thing, it's going to give us back an array. It's going to say 0, 0, or 1, 1, 2, whatever. It's going to be an array up to 4 things. And so remember how I like to name things grade, array, equals get grade. Do I have anything else called grade array? Because that's a pretty popular name. This is not the master grade array. Okay, Command F, grade array, 1 found, that's it. Okay, so we don't have a duplicate name thing, which wouldn't be the end of the world if we did, but I don't want to have one. So grade array. Get grade. Command C. I'm going to make a function. It's going to compare these 2 things. So I could pass those into here. And some would say, well, that's what you got to do. That's best practices. But since these are defined up here in this bigger scope, my new function is going to be in that same bigger scope. So I don't really have to do it. And some people think that's a horrible practice. I'm not going to tell them they're wrong. They're not here. But what is wrong is I just forgot what those 2 things were. Log. Ooh. What were those 2 things I said that I don't want to talk about? Master guess array, subguess, which is also globally declared, and answer array. So yeah, I'm logging these things just to show you that I have access to them. I should have said log answer array. Not too late. Just gonna Command X to cut it, Command V, Command S to save it. Over here, refresh. Now it doesn't do anything until I hit the submit button. The submit button's not even there. Submit. And what it did was, it's printing something off of line 36 and 37. We don't, oh, that's right. It's actually printing these same things off of line 36 and 37. I'm printing them again down here in the opposite order. That's fine. So that just shows us we have access to it. Let's go to 36 and 37 and get those out of here. And really, we don't need them right here anymore either. But there is one thing I want to show you. If I say let array equal answer array. What is my answer array? My answer array is 0, 2, 3, 5. And array, it would be like a shortcut name for answer array. Array equal. This is something that I thought was a bug in JavaScript, but it just was something I didn't understand. So array is, I'm putting the values of this array into this array. Here's what you might think is happening. It's a little, there's something subtly different that changes a lot. So array now has the values of 0, 2, 3, and 5, because that's what answer array had. So if I want to say array sub 0, which used to be a 0, equals your mom's house, I can do that. Doesn't even have to be an integer like the rest of them were. And now let's log out answer array. But wait, why don't we log array? We just made a change to array. We didn't make a change to answer array. We already know what answer array is going to be. We already printed it once. If we print it again, it's going to say the same thing. So we just need to get these any values, which is, by the way, 0022. Submit. What? Your mom's house? Why doesn't it say 0551? It says your mom's house. Array has your mom's house in it, not answer array. It's because this is much different than, say, x equals 2, y equals x equals 3. What does y equal? It equals 2. This is very different than that, because in memory there is one array, and this is pointing at it. And when I say let array equal answer array, it is really saying let array point to the same chunk of memory that answer array is looking at. So when I change answer array, I changed array, and vice versa. If I want to make a copy of answer array into array, here's what I thought was my wraparound for the bug. That wasn't a bug at all. We're going to use this. I'm going to use a for loop and copy them piece by piece. For let I equal 0, I less than 4, I plus plus, and then I say Command C, Command C, Command B. I'm going to push onto this array, which isn't equal to this at all. We're not going to say it's equal to this. We're going to set up the equality in here. So array right now equals a blank array and has nothing to do with answer array. And I'm going to push onto it one by one the values of answer array. And then I'm going to change the last one. The first thing in array to your mom's house, and then I'm going to print out answer array, and hopefully answer array won't have changed. Submit, answer array didn't change. Did array change? Let's just put an array in here. Submit, array did change. If you didn't catch that, or if you think I'm making it up, if you didn't catch it, maybe you should watch it again. If you think I'm making it up, Google it. I am just drinking water. Okay, so I'm going to erase. You know why I'm not going to erase this? It's just because I'm going to forget what the name of it was. I'm going to leave it there for a second. I can erase these two though. So erase that. So what do I want to do? I want to go through here because I want to do two checks. I want to check for black. And I don't know how long this is going to take, so we might just do a check for black in this video. Or maybe we'll do both, I don't know. If the rays at index 0, if they have the same value, then into my new grade ray, oh that's right. I could call it grade ray equal nothing. Remember we made something above called grade ray? It isn't, it makes sense and it's totally valid, and someone probably tell it, I'm going to call this grad ray. And in the end, we're going to return the value of grad ray. Oh, I guess I can't see it. Grad ray. Okay. This is the whole array. When there's something like this is one cell of the array, this is the whole array. So grad ray doesn't have a damn thing in it. We're going to compare array to master guess array. And here's to say, you know what? Why don't we just compare answer array to master guess array? And the reason is because when we find something, let's say I find a 1 here and a 1 here, and they say, hey, I get a black peg. I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to say, now let's take this out of the equation. And I don't mean remove it from the array. I'm going to say, make this a -1. So I'm never going to find something here that matches that. Next guess, I don't want that to be called -1. I mean, the answer is going to be, the answer array doesn't change. So I don't care if the guess array changes, but the answer array cannot change. So I made a copy of it that can't change. Okay. So let's look for things that match. If I just said if what? Oh no, we're not saying if at all. Let I equal 0. I is less than 4. I plus plus. Because there's 4 things. There's actually 8 things, but there's 4 things in this array, 4 things in this array. We're going to compare them. If something, do this. If what? Well, Command C. If that equals equals equals. Command V. No, Command Z. And it isn't this thing, this is a whole array. We want the first thing in that array. So if that thing equals that thing, then what are we going to do? We're going to put a black peg in there. Let's let a black peg be, we put a 1 in there when it's black. So we're going to take this, Command C, we're going to Command V it, and we're going to, not that, I'm going to push into it. Damn it. We're going to push a 1 into it. So that puts a 1 in there, but remember I just said, and then we're going to go to this array and give it a value that will not let us duplicate. So array sub I equals -1. Command S. Because since there's never going to be a -1 in the guess array, that's fine. If you would like to assign this to something that, you know what, I'm going to do that. Command C and V equals -2. All right. So now the guess array at the end of this, because once something's been graded off of, like this one saw this one, let's get rid of them both. Let's get rid of them both. Yeah. So something's been graded off of, we take them both out. So I'm going to log a few things here. Log. I want to log my answer array. I want to log the master array. And I want to log our new thing that we pushed to that we're returning. So we're just testing. I can get rid of these two right here, right? I hate it when I print out 65 things when I'm done. So it's going to print 3 things. My answer array, but it's going to have some -1s in it. My guess array, which will have some -2s in it. And the grade array. For every -1 that's in the answer array, there better be a 1 in the grade array. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Refresh. Let's check, just because it's only checking for blacks. It has to be an exact match. So if there are no reds in there, there are no reds in there, but there are 2s, 5s, 3s, and 1s. So let's take a 1. Ding, 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 ding. Submit. Well, I'll be dinged. First of all, okay, but there is one thing that I'm going to undo. This regard, we got a ton of information. Why? Because we put this in the for loop. Command X and V. Outside of the for loop, so it only prints once. So we have a new answer where we don't know what it is, but it'll tell us in a second. So remember, it's printing the answer array, which is 4411. All right. So we know that there must have been 2s. It must have been 4400. Yeah, it was 4400. So why are these zeros here? Because like it only got 1 grade, so two of them are red. So if I type in right here, I know, 4, let's say 22. Is this going to show me, now here's a question, is this going to show me, because I think it's going to show me, it's not, these -2s are going to go away because they're only in this temporary thing, this array, which is temporary. Yeah. Well, we could hit submit and find out. Yeah. -2, -2, 1, 1. But what doesn't make me happy at all is that they're 1s and not 0s. That doesn't make me happy at all. Tell me I'm not going to have to go to do a 4th version. That is disturbing, though. Could be something really easy. Could be something really easy. I'm going to pretend I didn't see it. We think it's 4400, right? Put some 1s in there. I'm so happy. Because I'm looking, it's all me. These ones I'm seeing are the ones I put in there. I was looking at the guess array thinking it was the answer array. The guess array is doing exactly what it was supposed to do. Wow, I'm going to put in 4, 4, 4, go away, 4, 0, 0. Now that should be 4 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. I'm going to call that a victory. And I'm going to leave it at that. I think I'm going to end this lesson here because if I go on, tie my head in a knot, then I'll start all over. Just you know, who likes watching half-hour videos anyway? So I'm just getting rid of some of the things. Do you remember a few videos ago I said, I'm putting a pin in this. I was just thinking, I don't need this at all. Let me talk about what this is. We said, if it's active, then do this, but if you're erasing it, this is when you're, remember we do the click, come on, and then you have to set it back. Actually, since you can't ever submit it with zeros, I don't think we're ever going to need this because If you have the fourth thing in here, that means that even though we didn't set it back here, it doesn't matter because obviously we set it forward with something else and then it reassigned it. But I'm going to leave this here just in case like there's a mystery showing up and we can't figure out what it is. Next, we're going to be down here. This checked for blacks. In fact, I'm going to check. I'm going to go like this. Black check. Black check. Black peg check. Black is a perfect match. The next is the white peg check. With an H, let's put it with a check, not like CZCH. Yeah, we could do that. Who's going to stop us? So what's going to go here is some code with a white thumb, but it's not going to happen now. I'm done. Just saved it. Hit refresh. Everything's cleaned up. And thank you very much. See you next time.